Hello, Pisces. So this is Into the Infinite. I'm Charlie, and I'm really grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for joining me. So this is your burning question reading. What does that mean? Well, I wanted to share some timeless guidance, right? I wanted to move outside of the astrological and zodiacal calendars and events to offer some guidance that was a little bit less confined to time. So whenever it finds you, it finds you, and I hope it is as wise as it is helpful. Um, and I wanted to structure these questions around, questions that would propel you forward creatively or in love, or, all of these different ways that creativity and creative energy can relate and apply to our lives. So, we're going to dive right in, Pisces. These questions have generated some really interesting answers. So I'm very excited to see where we go with you. So I invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space, and I ask that it is a safe space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. All right, Pisces. So I'm going to pull oracle cards from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle deck. So let's begin, shall we? Me time. Enjoy your own company. When's the last time you took yourself out on a date, Pisces? I don't know why that came to mind. Weird is the new cool. Boldly express your uniqueness. I don't think there's anything weird about the Pisceans that I know. And let me tell you, you guys are weird, but like as an Aquarian, I mean, you're my kind of weird. So, but no, I think that there's something to be said here about really being yourself, and such general advice, right? Oh, how trite. But I think that this is about you. Really integrating this, like this is I'm reading this sort of meshing together of like, when artists do things with paint and how they take paints and they mix them and then they kind of brush them aside and it becomes this acrylic art. I think that what this is sort of, it's almost like this is the art of integrating root chakra energy and throat chakra energy into wisdom, right? Integrating that into wisdom. And I think that it comes to you through me time, where you have this downtime, to really like think about. I almost feel like this is like Neptune energy. The star here is really, really blue, and I almost get the feeling that it's like Neptune, and it sort of places your Neptune back in your hands. Yeah, places your Neptune back in your hands. Ooh, Pisces, let's do this. This is so exciting. This is the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, and that is what I will be. Clarifying with. Of course, spirits here making jokes already. Yep, that's the truth. um, Oh, spirit. I know this spirit's like, yeah, you like that? You like that? That's a good one, right? Oh my gosh. The way these cards, I feel like my spirit guides are like Jim Carrey. Like they just, I feel like that's their vibe. Like it would not shock me if Robin Williams was one of them. I mean, I doubt that because that's not the name that came to me. But when I did my spirit guide meditation to find out who they were, but like it's that kind of trickster energy, that like Joker, right? So I love that energy coming into these readings for this particular set of burning questions. Spirit, can I get some clarification here? This creative energy for my Pisceans, and where their creative inspiration is hiding. I'm hearing you have to ground it. You have to ground it. That's going to be the key to finding it. There's something that has to be more grounded. There's something that's, yeah, something has to be more grounded. Because it's the sixth house energy with the hermit there, it could be what I got was like, so I do a lot of running, right? It's like the fire in my chart is, and this is just, I also like running, but the fire in prominent fire placements in things like Aries in Mars, or in Mars placements, or uh, otherwise it may also be what, like that's where it's like it's grounding for me to run. Like it's almost like a journeying that I go on, right? Like I listen to EDM music where it's like the beats are really thick. And I don't listen to that a lot of the time, right? So 444 on the time, I don't listen to that music all the time. I just restrict it to when I run. But it's almost like working out or something to do with your physical body. It doesn't have to be strength training. The weights can be a something that grounds your energy. It's almost like movement, body, like moving your body is what's going to help ground you. Moving your body is what's going to help ground you. And sometimes it's just a matter of dancing around your kitchen. Like, that's all that it is. Like, yeah. But I think that there's something that you've had on your mind a little bit. I almost feel like you've been disconnected from your essence is what I'm getting. Weird is the new cool. Disconnected from your essence. What does that mean for Pisces? And creative inspiration. It's like who you are is what you're supposed to put into the world. Yeah, it's like who you are, but you're kind of pushing back on it. Spirit, can I get some guidance here for Pisces, please? Thank you. Oh, okay. Chair. I just when the deck. So when Spirit works through the deck in a way that like the first cards right out of the gate are all major arcana cards that are really profound in terms of their transformative power. I'm like, oh, all right. That's. I'm glad we're starting with a bang. So you have the Chariot, which is Cancer and fourth house energy. You also have Judgment, which is Plutonian energy. And then you also have the Star card, which is healing energy in 11th house and 11th house and sort of Uranian energy mixed in. So it's almost like there's this sort of way that you've been, how do I, that it's like there's this way, I'm just getting somebody working with paint again, like the mixing of paint. It's almost like you've been mixing emotion together to really get a feel for it. And it's almost like you see something in the mixing. Like I'm seeing like tea readers, like tea leaves as like the judgment. And that's the transformation piece because you're seeing something in the work that you didn't before. You're seeing something in the offering that you didn't before. And that's been healing for you, or it presents an opportunity for healing, to transcend the voice of the inner child is what I just heard. Interesting. Yeah, like I almost get this as like inner child energy here, like this, like, no, I'm not doing it. Yeah, Devil, Capricorn energy. Like it's like, I'm not doing it. No. Like I just got sibling energy. Like when someone like will poke somebody and be like, you know, like in the back seat and they're like, you did it, meh, meh, meh. Like that kind of thing. Like it's almost like something you feel like it's pestering you. The Magician energy. Whew. But it's almost like, yeah, see, it's like, you are, yeah. You're, so, blah, blah, blah. I got the Magician card, 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. So I'm getting some healing vibes off of this, and I think that transmuting your emotions is going to be really important. Working with them. The 5 of Cups is like, to me, that's an energy of, like it's not just crying over spilled milk, but it's almost like you spilled the cups yourself, and it could just be from a lack of awareness or things that you learned and hadn't yet worked with. And the 6 of Wands tells me that there's a way that it's like it happened publicly, like it happened in front of other people, and it kind of this, I'm almost getting like something super embarrassing that happened when you were a kid. Like something super embarrassing that happened when you were a kid that made you really like, that you're healing. It's like this, not core wound, I wouldn't say, but like it's made you doubt that you're as capable and as strong a manifester as you are. And it's sort of, the reason why it's turning up as a 5 of Cups is because this inner child that's coming through is like, it's kind of been the thing that's led you. So you're an adult. Like, I feel like this is like, these are the cups that were spilled when you were a kid, but now you're an adult. And so staying in this place is really, like it looks good on the outside, but on the inside, it's like, it really looks more like this. Like you need that energy. So I'm just, yeah, 10 of Wands, it's a burden for you. Like it's a real burden for you. I was looking at this card here. So these 2 cards came on the split. And what came to mind was always a bridesmaid, never a bride. I don't know who that is for. And just that idea of like always looking out, always external, like always external facing, always searching for that thing, right? Like always searching for that thing, when you can put the wands down because you don't need them anymore. I think you're doubting yourself here. And I think that's the thing to release, because that's really all that it's done for you. Yeah. So we have Two of Swords, Three of Swords, Hermit energy, and the Lover's card. And I think that this is really like you kind of doubting yourself. And then it's like you're seeing the wisdom of these are like, okay, Spirit. It's like these are choices, right? So these two cards are choices, right? This is Gemini. This is also like a love card. This is a legit love card. And keep in mind, love is a creative energy. Passion is a creative energy. Have you ever done something as quickly when you are in love, or with as much joy as when you're in love? Right? That's creative energy. So, but these are choices, right? These are, the high octave of a loving choice, in my opinion, in the way it's showing up here. And this is sort of the mental confusion. So these are like choices that you have to make, and this is kind of being bound by the choice and feeling like you're kind of victimized by it. And then what's beautiful about this is that in between, it's so like the lower choice, the lower octave of the choice, the lower frequency of the choice is something that is kind of heartbreaking, and it keeps you suspended in this place, like in this heartbroken place. The higher octave of the choice that you have to make is one that is going to bring about wisdom. So it could be that there's two choices that you have to make, right? Like you've got options. And this isn't really a Seven of Cups like options as in people. I think that there are options of ways to respond. I'm hearing options in how you respond to a particular situation, or to yourself, to a project. Yeah, there's like ways that you can respond to it. This is fast moving energy, like forward moving energy. I think that there's something about raising your frequency right now that's really important, because the movement forward is, again, this like, I got the Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So this is like fast moving energy, but not in the octave that you're really looking for. And then we have the King of Wands and Nine of Pentacles. These are both about knowing what you want, right? Five of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, King of Wands, and Nine of Pentacles. Like they're both energy of knowing what you want and being charging forward. One of them respects and honors the part of you that's grown. The other one is one that's sort of like acting on impulse. So in terms of this choice, like where your inspiration is hiding, I think that your inspiration is really, my dear Pisceans, hiding in how you choose to honor your higher self and your highest wishes and vision for a project, a relationship, a situation. It's how you honor that, because one of like these choices are showing up as higher and lower octaves, right? But there's one that you really value, and I think it's kind of been slow to arrive in terms of the enlightenment that you feel about it. Like it's been slow to arrive, but it's there. I feel like you feel it. You feel it. Of course you do, Pisces. That's kind of one of your cards. I feel like you feel it. I'm hearing your calling card. Oh, Pisces. The Pisces that I know, they don't just feel it. They feel it all. The Hanged Man. Again. Nine of Swords. Ace of Swords. I feel like there's like a dose of... I'm going to pull that out. I feel like there's a dose of your truth kind of popping out here. Ten of Pentacles, yeah. I think that as you really are slow to, Neptune energy, that's the Hanged Man here. Hanged Man everywhere. It's not just like, it's the Hanged Man here, and then somewhere else it's something different. This is Hanged Man energy here, which is Neptune, and your energy, Pisces, so 12th house. So it's almost like I feel like your truth has been kind of a mystery to you, but it is a mystery when you worry. When you articulate what your truth is, and when you stand in your truth, I feel like that's when the value comes forward. That's when what you value becomes so obvious to you that you're in harvest mode. You're in harvest mode. Do you want me? Okay. I'm going to clarify with the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. You're in harvest mode. In harvest mode. No shit. Okay, Spirit. Spirit, can I just get some more clarifying messages from my delightful Pisces in terms of where their inspiration is hiding here? Five of Cups, again. Pisces. Hanged Man, again. Oh boy. Ace of Swords, again. We had the Five of Swords here. I feel like this is kind of like Spirit saying like there are specific themes here. Resist the urge to cry over spilled milk. Like, what's happened has happened. There's nothing that you can do to change it. And this is, new love is here. New passion is here. These are soulmate cards as well. So I feel like there's like, the truth is that there's like soulmate energy on its way here, or it's already here. And there's a way that being caught up in the past and what didn't work and crying over that spilled milk. Yeah, being caught up in the past isn't going to work here, Pisces. 6 of Swords and 10 of Swords. It's just not going to work. Not the way that you might think. And I think that what is becoming very apparent here is that kind of hanging back and letting yourself dream a little bit, like wishful thinking, dream a little bit. Let yourself be a little bit lost in that energy of your planet, right? 12th house. It's kind of like mysticism. I think of it as just like journeys that we take to become enlightened, and like going off to find wisdom and seek it. And it's almost like you're going on this inner journey, or you already have, and like you're like, oh right, that's what I want. And you recognize that it's not like, sometimes we feel like if we analyze, we feel like if we analyze the cups that have spilled enough, like if we hang out with them enough, then we will, gain enlightenment. We'll learn things that we didn't know before. We'll figure out patterns, and we'll work out the patterns. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes that does work. That is how it works. But I feel like you also pick up on and sit in the vibration of those 5 cups. So if they weren't great, analyzing them, like over analyzing. I'm not talking about shadow work and just doing the work. I'm talking about over analyzing. I'm talking about living in that as a way to avoid or distract yourself, because there's an ambivalence that you have about moving forward, because you do have regrets, or you do want to hang on to things and you aren't sure, right? And it's okay. Grieve. That's what grieve. Don't hang on to stuff. Don't be the 5 of Cups in reverse where you're overanalyzing what happened. And I think that this is sort of you getting free, and there's a certain clarity that like poof arrives. It wouldn't shock me. Yeah, clarity arrives. Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And you move away from these cups. I almost feel like instead of thinking about the cups, you're now on the water that was in them, and you realize you're like, oh shit, I have a whole ocean. There's a whole ocean of what I was like crying about, and I have that at my disposal at any time, right? We think about how much was in those cups and what we wanted from it. 5 of Swords again. What we wanted from it and what was in it. And we kind of feel like, sometimes we feel like we were kind of screwed out of the contents of the 5 cups, right? Well, what happened? We're missing it. But that 6 of Swords popped out because it was just a little bit of a reminder for you, Pisces, that you have it's like the ocean, like the droplet of water, remembering that it's part of the ocean, right? 9 of Cups, Knight of Swords. You're like, oh, hang on, shit, I got to go to the thing that means the most to me. Like you have this enlightenment about what means the most, and you're like, dip, I'm gone. Like I'm here off to the races. Like you just get it, and then you move towards that person, that project, that passion. Death and the Devil card. I feel like you're understanding that the shadow side of things for this situation was transformative. And this tells me that it's sort of like the 5 of Cups embodied. And there's a transformative aspect of this that you're kind of integrating. And there's the Death card in the Minor Arcana. It has reflections, which are the 10 of Wands or 10 of Swords and all of the aces. So all 4 aces. So we have the Ace of Swords here. And I'm thinking that this is kind of a reiteration of transformation by truth. And it could be that it's really highlighting the fact this could be someone that was a Capricorn. You could be a Scorpio, or you could have Capricorn or Scorpio placements. And this is Mars and Pluto energy, the Death card. Or I should say this is Pluto energy. Bleh. It took me a second, sorry. And this is 10th house energy of career. And this is 8th house energy of kind of like things that happen behind the scenes. So it's almost like this could be something to do with work that happened behind the scenes, or something to do, something that happened behind the scenes relative to how you feel about yourself. And it could have been something that happened when you were a kid at work, or, related to how you work or how you operate. Modus operandi, I'm hearing. And so I think that this is sort of a call to focus on the fact that you are healing it and moving past it, even if the compulsion is there to focus on the spilled cups, right? So we have the 5 of Swords, and again, the 6 of Swords. I'm taking that because that's the second time it showed up. You have the Five of Swords and you have the Five of Cups as well. There is obviously change taking place here. There's obviously change. But the Six of Swords tells me that you're moving away from it because you are a little bit wiser to it now. And not wiser to it in a way that's like, get out of here. Like you're not pissed. It's like you're fulfilled. And that's the fundamental difference, right? The Nine of Cups aren't spilling or anything. And they're almost, I'm getting this like morphic resonance. I'm reading up on the concept right now, but look it up. It's quite interesting. It's almost like they're in morphic resonance with this character on the card. And that to me, so like it's like you're recognizing what is actually fulfilling and what was draining, and that is what is I feel like that's what's moving you forward. Yeah, balance, tons and tons of balance. Could be a Sag, could be to do with the ninth house, and just like it's almost like, yeah, the ninth house. This is like, I'm pulling this because it's like this philosophy, this way of being, like you're understanding that how you viewed your relationship to yourself was not in the alignment that it needed to be in order to attract a healthy relationship with other people, or to be in healthy relationship to things like work. To things like work. And it's this balanced energy that's really going to bring in, I think it's going to bring in new people, new situations, and that's going to be really healing for you. Yeah, again, still some doubt though. Still some doubt, but I think that there's like a victory here that's coming from all the hard work that you've been putting in. So I'm just going to pull one more card here. Thank you so much for your time, Pisces. I really appreciate it. And Spirit, I really just want to get a couple more clarifying cards here in terms of next steps for Pisces, if this is supposed to go that far. Eight of Wands, so forward movement. I think sticking with the inspiration, and understanding that this is sort of a sense of justice that you're giving yourself, following the trail of inspiration. Queen of Wands. And when the opportunity arises, trusting that it's for you. Interesting. And that happens all the time, right? Like I'll see, like job postings, or I'll see stuff like that, and I'll be like, oh God, like I want to do that so bad. And like, this is years ago. And even, a couple years ago during the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, oh, I'd love to do that. But then you doubt, right? Like you're like excited about the opportunity, and then you immediately doubt. So I think the call here, Pisces, is not to doubt the opportunity, and to trust that it could, like that it's here. And that it's happening. Yeah, trust the opportunity. Page of Swords. Trust the opportunity that's coming in, because it is inspired. The Chariot has, every time I split the deck, holy crap. Okay, and Magician again. Good Lord. I think there's going to be a sense of like overload a little bit. Overload because I think it's moving really quickly. So we had the Chariot again to close out the reading. 10 of Cups. Page of Wands. Again, no, Page of Wands, we had the other, Page of Wands, and then we have the Magician card. So I think it's like being mindful of the way that you're manifesting, and manifest from the inspired place, not the Five of Cups place, my darling Pisces. Not manifesting from the Five of Cups place, because I think that there's so much more that's accessible to you now. Like you went from the fulfillment of the Nine of Cups to the manifestation of this 10 of Cups, and it's coming in the form of a page. So it could be somebody younger than you. It could also be someone that's like younger in spirit. It could be somebody that is new to this as well. Oh, that's interesting. That's really cool. That's new to this as well. But I think that there's a level of depth that is that you've really wanted, like vision board type of stuff. It's almost like you're moving towards one another, but in different ways. And like the project is finding you, even if this is a project or if this is work or whatever. I think it's finding you. It will find you, which sounds really like it'll find you, but not. It's not threatening. This one is a great opportunity. Because these are cards of movement, right? The Magician card. The Magician is a kind of movement. It's a sort of alchemical movement. And then you have the Chariot, which is more of a 3D movement. I think it makes you feel a bit youthful and joyful. And you're like imagining the possibilities of what this will bring in. It's giving you the freedom to dream again. Sometimes when we're in relationships or situations at work and it just sucks, right? Like you're not really sure how it's all going to come together, and you're in kind of doubtful places more. It makes you doubt not just whether things are going to come in, but also the quality of them. And if the quality of them is in a resonance of sorts with your energy, especially when it's toxic stuff that's coming in, right? And it is like it's aligning in some way, because sometimes like I've had my fair share of like narcissistic relationships. Like I've been in relationships where I've been third partied, like it was not great. And I was not the one who was looking to do the third partying. I was cheated on. And other like really harmful ways, like really, really painful ways, that, it just didn't feel great. And so you ask yourself like, oh, well, I'm aligned to this, so is it my fault? No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. It's just a matter of understanding that you deserve what you want, right? You deserve what you want. And you don't have to compromise on this, right? You don't have to compromise on this. And I think that there's a way that inspires this freedom, this light page joy. I don't know if I can hold them all up here, but we'll give it a try. This light page joy. So I think it's about standing in that and using that as your sort of compass. Using that as your compass. I'm going to pull some final cards here from the Miracles Now deck by Gabby Bernstein. Spirit, can I get some final messages for my wonderful Pisceans, where their inspiration is hiding? I just heard, Pisces, that it's hiding in the place that you, it's hiding in the place that you are, it's like but you're trying to talk yourself out of it. I show up for myself in the world. Yeah, I think that's what you need to do right now, is show up for you. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Fulfillment is not something that you get from other people, right? You can feel fulfilled because people are manifestations of something that you want. And, they manifest in the form of quality of relationship, but I don't think that it comes from other people at all. Inside job, my friends, inside job. And I'm going to, this is the Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection deck by Mike Dooley. So Spirit, can I get some messages from my beautiful Pisceans on this creative inspiration and where they're going to find it? I just totally screwed up that. That's fine. I feel like that's sort of the way you may see it. Like, oh, I just got the image in my head of like, this person's going to screw up all of my plans. Maybe Pisces, that's what you need. Maybe that's what you need. Turn on your love light. Adorable. That's very cute energy. Turn on your love light. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. I've said it in other videos. I don't like when people use the word crazy. So let's say sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like you haven't before. To love like you haven't before. Love like you haven't before. Oh, that looks... I heart you. If everyone really knew how much they were loved, not only from above, but by those now in their life, there'd be little hearts drawn on everything from wheelbarrows to skyscrapers to jumbo jets. And I so look forward to that day. Big heart, the universe. Maybe looking for hearts. I had a Finding Hearts project back in the day, and that's actually the story behind this tattoo right here. Bloop. I don't know if you can see it there. That's the story behind this tattoo. So it could be that you're, one of the things to do right now is turning on your love light will draw things to you, like synchronicities, like little hearts, that remind you that you're on the right path, and that you're on the right track, and that things are coming to fruition. Even if things are kind of going a little bit slower, like the Hangman energy, you are understanding and recognizing your truth. And I think that like this kind of vibe that you bring, weird is the new cool, boldly express your uniqueness. Don't hide that shit, Pisces. That's your love light. Turn on your love light and make time for yourself to really move through all of this stuff. So on that note, if this resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. It helps me to grow this channel and to continue to do what I love, which is bringing messages like this and talking to spirit, and bringing messages to you. There's other ways you can connect with me throughout the week and the month. So do check that out on the channel. And if this is where we part though, Pisces, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, whenever this finds you. Take care.